Definitely.
Yeah. Hi, good
Yes.
morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. I know people from retail will have time to watch this show maybe in the morning, afternoon. कभी भी time मिलता, break मिलता, आप देखोगे. And I'm so happy to get Hasan here. You know, Hasan Basha is uh, is in Burger King, and I'm not going to tell you about his designation. Let him talk about it. He grew from being a front end associates to a general manager of a large company. Okay, Hassan, tell us a little bit about your family before you started working in McDonald's. Okay, क्या था
Yeah.
आपका family, क्या background था, क्या education था, and what made you join McDonald's?
So Nagesh, first of all, thank you for having me here. My name is Hassan. So my dad is not from a very good background. So he has, spent his entire life working in Gulf. He was abroad working and supporting us. We are a big family. I have three sisters and two brothers. And he was the only head of the family to support us. So as and I was on the verge of completing my graduations, so he was very keen for me to also to come there and work, to take over the charge. But I was not keen to go out of India. But I wanted to do something in India, near to my family, near to my mom. I'm very close to my mom. I don't want to leave her and go. So then thought about it, what to do, and I knew if I complete my graduation, the pressure would be on me to to go there. So the idea was to do something before completing my graduation,
Okay.
so that I have something on my hand, and as soon as I complete my graduation, so I can at least convince my dad that there is something on my hand, and I will grow over there. And there comes my first job when I was pursuing my graduation in the year 2000. I happens to join McDonald's as a trainee crew,
But where did you
and
start with?
from
Which
there
store?
everything changed.
Which store did you start with?
Uh, I started from Ville Parle. I still have my mom's order at Ville Parle. I started my career at McDonald's Ville Parle.
Oh,
It
wow.
was a 2 minute distance, just a jump from a signal, and the store was there. It was very near, so
Okay.
that was very convenient for me. That was very convenient for me to join there and work and start my career.
So
So
when
that's
when you
about it
started
started.
as a trainee crew member, what was the reaction of the family? What did your mom say? What did your dad
Uh,
say from the Gulf?
so so first of all, it took 7 days for me to at least go there inside and ask someone that is there job available, because it was such a big brand at that particular time. So it took 7 days for me to convince myself, yeah, you can go inside and work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that was the first thing. And when I went inside it, I had a discussion with the manager. So he was still, yeah, you can come and join. The job description was, I came to know on the next day when I joined the job. Okay. So yeah, it was a very fun thing to start with. And when my mom used to ask me, my dad used to ask me, like, how is the experience? What are you doing inside? I said, I'm working. I didn't describe which station, how, why. And at that point of time, I thought it was not needed for them to know. But I was knowing, they were aware that I was working in it. It is very close to my house. If is there anything, they can get in touch with me very quickly. So that was a benefit which was able to convince them that I was working over there. And my dad was like, no, you should have not joined. You should have waited for graduation. I would have taken you abroad, etc. So it took some time for my dad, for myself also, to convince my dad that I'm in a good industry, good background. So it took some time, and I became a manager, which came in the year 2002, when I became flow manager. So that time, my dad was really shocked that, oh wow, he is a manager now. So that was his reaction. So that from that he was
So Hassan, tell me, how was the first 3 months of your job? And what were the learnings that you had in the first 3 months?
very much. It was very much. It was a quick service restaurant. You go inside a kitchen, everything is flying. It is not working, walking. It is like flying. It is so fast, so quick. The environment, the atmosphere inside those restaurants so fast, which is very, very different from the outside world. And it was my being a first job. First 2 to 3 days, it was like, oh, what is happening? Everything has different terminology, different things, different communications types of which was required at that particular industry. So it took some time for me to adapt to it. But once I adapt to that this thing, it became a habit. It became a habit in my personal life. It became a habit when you speak with others. It becomes a habit in yourself itself.
तो एक
So
दो
that's
कोई
how it
एक
is.
दो कोई लर्निंग है आपका जो आप अपने साथ में जिंदगी भर लेके चले हो उस स्टार्टअप जॉब का जब शुरू किया था?
Very funny thing, but very effective. So we were doing a night shift. So and it was my first night. So we were scrubbing the floors. Okay. So I was given a the bucket and the scrubbers to scrub the floors. So I was scrubbing with one hand. So the senior came to me and said, "Why are you scrubbing with one hand when you have two hands?" So it is as quickly as you have to adapt yourself, and how quickly you can adapt to the situation, how quickly finish the task. That was more important at that particular time. And it was like 1 or 2 hour of time we used to get to clean everything, and it has to be sparkling clean. So that learning was very much with me till now. Think innovative, think out of the box always to get the things done.
So when did you get your first promotion, and how many promotions you got in McDonald's before you went to Saudi for your dream of running a coffee shop?
So I joined in the year 2000. I happens to live, McDonald's in the year 2011. So 12 years with the industry. I climbed all the levels from a crew member to a floor manager, assistant manager, a restaurant manager, and at then area manager level. So 5-6 levels I happens to cross in these 11 years, 12 years with the organization. And Saudi I went, when I sat down and thought about it. I didn't have any exposure to the outside world. I spent my entire 1 decade in one industry, but I haven't got any exposure to challenge myself or to explore myself. कि Hasan क्या चीज है? Unless you explore yourself, unless you challenge yourself, I would not be able to know. So that's what the decision came. And my dad always wanted me to go abroad. I said, okay, I will fulfill his wish also once. I'll go and see how the things happens to turn up. And 1 year I was there managing Costa Coffee. It was very different from the food industry, from to a coffee industry. Managed it well, and I came back on my vacation when I got call from my ex boss, Mani Pillai, who asked me whether why don't you join Burger King? It's a new brand, and why don't you go back? So I thought about it. I said, yeah, I fulfilled my dad's wish also. Let's give it a shot at Burger King. Why not? So things happened very quickly between 2011 to 2014 when I happens to join Burger King.
So tell me, as a manager, what are you learning? See, जब आप क्रू मेंबर थे तो आप अपने मैनेजर के बारे में कुछ सोचते होगे कि मैनेजर ऐसा करता है वैसा करता है, कभी कभी हम पीछे गाली भी देते हैं. ओके, जब आप मैनेजर बन गए तो क्या सीखा आपने? हाउ टू मैनेज पीपल?
So I'll tell you where's the toughest job in QSR. So as a crew member, you work with your friends, colleagues. When you become a manager, suddenly you have to manage them. As a crew, you work along and get work on your hands are on the field and getting the things done. But when you become a manager, you have to get the task done to the same crew, your colleague who was working with you, and become that difficult, right? And more importantly, get it done in the right way. So that was the most toughest thing I would say anyone who faces who climbs the ladder from a crew to a manager. Earlier, he used to get the things done by his own. Once he grew up the ladder, he has to get the same things done through his different people, different set of people.
So what
his
are the
crew,
tricks?
His manager.
What are the tricks that you would like to share with our audience? कि जब मैनेजर बन जाते हो तो अपने क्रू के साथ में क्या बिहेवियर होना चाहिए, क्या होना चाहिए, कैसे मैनेज करो कि you become a great manager and उनको भी अच्छा लगे?
So first of all, promote teamwork. If you're working in a QS or any retail, one person cannot drive the result. It has to be the team effort. It has to be teamwork which you have to promote within your set of stores or set of chain of industry which you have. And in each those team, each one has to be felt important. That yes, his contribution makes a difference in that result. That is what I took as a different approach. So and one more thing which I always follow and I still follow, it's being honest and transparent to the team. If we have not done well, I would say yes, we have not done well. There is a better opportunity which we can do. Even to my immediate boss whom I report, if I've done something wrong, I would go up to them to the table and tell, I have made a mistake. This is what it is, and I have to correct it. So being honest and transparent communication is what I think it builds the trust between the team. It builds the trust between the boss and innovative ideas. Think out of the box. It definitely helps to get the drive the numbers, I would say.
मजा आ गया यार हसन 5 मिनट में आपने इतना अच्छा ज्ञान दिया अरे अमेजिंग यार and it was so perfect. I just want to repeat. Okay, bring the spirit of teamwork. Amazing. Appreciate everybody for the team success. Retail mein you can never achieve as one person. Be honest and truthful and own your mistake. Wow. Wow. I wish everybody who's listening to you and learning from here actually adapts it. And you're absolutely right. In my own personal journey, I have experienced this, and what you have said is real success mantras. So tell me now that you are the general manager west of Burger King. Abhi Burger King has gone through an IPO and very successful IPO. कुछ ESOP भी है, shares भी लिया कि नहीं लिया?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, yes.
Abhi, what is the next dream for Hasan? अगले 10 साल में, how old are you? You must be what, 37, 38?
Yeah, 40.
40. So you have still a long way to go. So what is the ambition? What do you want to be in the next, let's say, 5 years, 10 years?
So I dream about short-term goals. I don't want to dream big. It's one step at a time. So when I started joined Burger King, I had a dream. Someday, sometime, I would lead this region where I joined as an area manager. So that dream got fulfilled. It's another the next designation, but next goal which I have to make my market the best performing market in the pan India industry. So that's my goal. I don't think about my designation where I want to grow, but I would want what responsibility, what role I'm doing. My role should be my result should talk about it, which should be recognized in the entire comparison which happens over there. Then the boss is there to decide whether I'm doing a good or not. Then they will decide.
Wonderful, yeah. Burger King is so lucky to have people like you. I must say that it's amazing. I mean, very rarely when I ask people about their dream, they talk about the organization's dream as their dream. Yeah, I think this is a wonderful time to actually ask you what are your final advice for people who are listening to the show. Okay, maybe you want to share one or two things as an advice before we close the show.
So this is what I have been learned in Burger King, and I've been taught, and I will want to thank my the Burger King CEO Rajiv Verman and our ops head Cicely Thomas. So the culture which we follow in Burger King is be humble always. At what level you follow, at whatever level you work, be humble. Never give away your hard work. Always do hard work. Hard working means do it whenever no one is observing you. Hard work is for yourself, right? And hunger. Don't let your hunger down. Never get satisfied with your work. That will keep your hunger going, and that will always keep on improvising. And lastly, but I would definitely want to say to the entire team, entire audience who's watching, if I can do it, definitely you can do it.
Thank you, Hasan. Wishing you all the best for your career, your family, and I'm sure you'll do very well. Okay, and फिर मुलाकात होगी. तब तक आप शायद जनरल मैनेजर से आप जो है वाइस प्रेसिडेंट या प्रेसिडेंट हो गए होगे, तो तब हम आपको फिर से शो में बुलाएंगे. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And all the best.
Thank you, sir.